Welcome to the 8-Bit Cat Show, a place where friends geek out over the nerdy things we love, sometimes with cats. Rambo's giving us his back this evening. I'm your host, Stephanie Katz. With us tonight, Zach.
Hey, how's it going?
Peter.
Hi.
Tiam.
Hello.
And friend of the show, DJ.
Hi, I guess.
You sound so surprised, like you've never been on this before.
No, it's like my first time being
First
here.
time.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's his second.
No, it's his first time. I don't remember his first time.
Yeah,
His
I don't
first time
remember
was
being here.
when he came and talked about Halo.
Yeah, but
Yeah, like a year ago.
Oh,
also that was in
Okay.
person, completely
yeah.
different environment.
Completely different environment.
Oh,
And
crap.
I was so shy.
Are you still shy?
My mouse has done the weird thing where
It's hard
it's
not to
decided
be
to
shy when you're all
disappear.
cramped into that one area.
You don't need a mouse.
No, I kind of do.
Apparently we're going to have to start this over because she can't see her mouse.
Oh, yep.
Shit.
Yeah, because my phone's
Hey,
off.
do you need tech support? I know a guy. Come over there in like 30 minutes.
Yeah, who's going to drive you?
Tom's
Why
back
does
in the
this
real
always
world.
happen?
I don't know.
How do I fix this?
I don't know.
Fuck.
You know what? Go away.
I literally touched the mouse and it's right back and I don't know what she was doing wrong.
Every time. It's fine. This is fine. Everything's fine.
Is it though?
Anyway, DJ.
Leave all
First-
of that in.
DJ's first time on the show was right before Halo Infinite came out, and he gave us the preview.
Yeah, they
And-
know.
Yeah, like
We
a
all
year
remember.
ago.
Yeah, that was like a year ago, around this time.
Well, you know what? He's back now.
How's Halo Infinite doing a year later?
Actually, we could talk about that. That was actually almost exactly a year ago. And Halo Infinite is struggling.
Yeah, I can tell you in like 5 minutes like how bad.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Go.
So, ever since Halo Infinite came out in December of 2021, I bought the Xbox, I bought the controller, and I cried like a happy little kid on the brand new day of school before you found out that it was actually going to be utterly terrible. Campaign was great. Like, it was really great. My God.
Campaign
The
was
scene
solid. Campaign was solid.
It was very solid. But let me tell you about something I've always afraid of: microtransactions. You gotta love spending like $20 on just a single skin, you know. Then you realize that everyone else has that skin, so it's like, oh.
But don't you want the cat ears, DJ? You don't want the cat ears?
Oh no, bro! When the cat ears came out, I was playing Battlefield 2042, so you know I missed out on the cat ears.
That's what finally actually put it over the edge for me. I'm like, okay, this is
Meowster
too much. This is
Yeah.
no.
And the cat ears were so early into the game's release.
Yes,
It was.
and that's what
It
pushed
was.
me over and said, nope, that's where they've ruined it. No, the microtransactions are bad enough, but now they're really just catering to being as stupid as they can with this shit. Okay.
It's Call of Duty
December.
2.0.
No, I think the real reason it really turned me off is I'm like, oh, I kind of want that, and I go, oh no, that's how they get you. Nope. That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen, and I kind of want it, and nope, that's why this business model is awful, and I hate you. Stop
I have
it
spent
now.
about $150 on skins alone.
That is
Jesus.
unnecessary.
Why?
They're skins. They
Why?
do nothing to change your ability to play the game.
Because I have an
touched that
emotional
game already.
connection to Master Chief. I got to meet him and Cortana in person in Houston in 2019.
Actually, that's pretty awesome.
That's
But
pretty cool.
You've hurt Tom's soul.
but legitimately, why? No. It's
You're
Because
telling me
it's
you
like,
spent $200 and something on Halo Infinite. That's like,
including the base price of the game, yeah.
my God.
oh no, that's not including the rare Xbox.
Oh no,
Rare
I forgot
controller.
you got the stupid expensive Xbox too, didn't you?
Oh, that baby beautiful. Oh my God, I would not trade that thing in for
Look,
God.
I'm not gonna be upset that you got a nice Xbox because Stephanie knows that I got the God of War PS4 when it came out.
Same.
Yeah, he
I
drove like
searched
20
for that
miles
thing.
to go.
I will say,
searched for that thing.
Worth it though. It's
Oh, no,
worth
Yeah,
it.
it
the
was
God
a
of
good-
War one
it's
was
good. It's beautiful.
that is a beautiful machine on that one. They did a really good job with the design.
But the system is actually a useful piece of hardware because you can still use it to play other games. Those skins
Look.
do you nothing.
Look,
I mean, I can't fault him either. I already spent $200 on God of War Ragnarok.
look,
Yeah,
look.
but you go. I'm assuming you got the the collector's edition.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
that,
but
that one's-
again-
Get a dumb
Okay,
hammer.
that makes sense. But I actually got the most expensive collector's edition of God of War, and I canceled it.
The Yellow Power Edition?
Yeah,
One that soundtrack? You suck.
I canceled it all for one single reason. Because
So
of this.
So did I get your PS4?
I
Oh
bought
no, the new
maybe.
God of War coming out.
I bought $300 keycaps.
That
work.
his girlfriend almost murdered him over.
Are they super clicky clacky?
I can hear nothing.
No,
I can hear
they're
nothing.
not super. They are not. They are not. They are silent. Wow, that is quite quiet.
It's like the opposite of what I want with keyboards.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I work from home, so you don't want someone to be like, "Hi, yes, can you turn your keyboard?"
Oh no, when they moved all of our desks around, they originally only moved like my tower, and I made them switch my keyboard because I was like, no, this one doesn't click. I need that one because it's all clicky. I need my keyboard.
No, I will say, if I'm clicking on a keyboard, I do enjoy that lovely tactile feedback. But I completely understand where you're coming from on this one, DJ. Working from home and talking to people over the phone all the time while you're typing. Yeah, I hate when you're on that customer service and like, in just a moment.
No, you're gonna hear me typing
Oh,
and
I'm
my
sorry.
anger.
I'm sorry for that whole.
You're gonna hear me be upset at you for 5 minutes straight as I type out everything.
My boss can tell how irritated I am with someone by the amount of click clacking I do.
Unnecessary.
You're unnecessary.
So-
but DJ, you're telling me you like the special edition Xbox?
Yeah, so what's actually cool is that you have a blacklight, you actually can see a certain insignia on the Xbox itself.
It really actually it makes me sad because this is the first Xbox I've owned that wasn't a stupid Halo special edition one.
And like, let me tell you, like, so right now they did like this video a few weeks back, basically saying, "Hey, we're going to reinvent the game. Like, our season pass is going to basically be out for almost a year, but hey, we're going to get free stuff." And everyone's just like, "But we want more content." And it's like, well, we don't have anything. They're finally going to release Forge. They're finally going to release this and that. And I'm like, I spent almost $200 on skins, and what I got to show for it, no rank, some cool skins. And that's it. Like it kind of just fell off. It's like, remember when the PS4 first came out and everyone started talking about how great Knack was going to be? It's like that. It's like the Knack of gaming right now. You're just seeing.
Knack wasn't a terrible game. It just
I want to say I
was
literally
short.
have
They
no,
overhyped it.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna say I literally have no idea what it is. So that says as much of a cultural touchstone it really is. I've never heard of that game.
Exactly. That's how people feel about Halo. It's like, what's happening?
I don't know. And honestly, the campaign was the best one since Halo 3.
Oh yes, honestly.
Yeah,
that
but that's
motion
not a high
connection-
bar of success.
I mean,
No,
but that's the main reason why people got it, though.
I
was
guess
the
that's
campaign.
true, but the campaign was nice because it actually brought me back to those original Halo games. It felt like that. I'm like, which was
absolutely.
that's where I liked those games the most. I like, yeah, I played couch. I played it on the couch against my friends. I never really liked to play the online as much unless I was playing with my friends. I never did like the ranked matches or anything like that online. It never felt necessary to me. But the campaigns was always what the important part was. And this one, the campaign was good.
Yeah, I do say that with them going free to play for the multiplayer, that did mess things up. It gave them a lot of room to mess around with instead of having that dedicated package as usual.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you think about playing Halo Infinite, go ahead. It's free, but be warned, you might spend money. But there is going to be a free winter update.
not mites. You chose to do that. The game wasn't like, hey, you need to spend this money to continue to play. You chose to do that.
It's not even
Bam,
again. It's not even pay to win. It doesn't make you any better.
bam. It's not about paying to win. It's about paying to look good.
Technically, cosmetic microtransactions are considered the less egregious microtransactions,
I will
but
say yes, but
yeah.
it still seems unnecessary in that game. Find me a way
But-
for me to earn that thing in the game so I play your game more.
But here's the funny thing, though: people who often spend more money on microtransactions in the game are often more intimidating to players. Like, oh my god, they got this rare, cool skin that they spent money on. Oh my god, I want to do terrible.
People are stupid.
It was a nice try, DJ. It was a nice try.
Like, cause my ability to spend money to buy a skin says nothing about my ability to play Halo. I'm really bad at Halo, but I can go and get a really nice skin and make you think I'm good at it.
I guess that's the point.
That's the whole point of Call of Duty Warzone.
No. See, I want people to underestimate me in these games because that's the only way I can get a kill. If you think I'm good, you're gonna take me seriously. Don't treat me like I'm a little baby.
I don't think I'd want to shoot a baby in the face, though.
Exactly.
What if that baby was a zombie crawling to you? What then?
You throw it out the window.
Kick it. I got my steel toe boots on. I'm going for distance, and I'm going for speed.
Yeah, punt it.
And goal.
It's good. But only if it's a zombie baby. Never with a regular baby. That'd be terrible. I love babies. Those are great. I just want to make sure everybody knows that. Zombie baby, though, sure, I'm going to town.
Not a regular baby.
Like, I don't know.
Xenomorph baby, demon baby, a talking tree baby, a baby that's somehow half mixed with Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers, a baby from Chucky.
You don't.
Look, I know it's Halloween, but you don't need to be like coming at me with that like creepy energy. I don't need that over here.
Baby that's part tree sounds cute. I could hang out with Baby Groot there. We're good.
Well, Groot's not part tree. Groot's all tree. A baby that's part tree implies that the other part is like human. I don't need to see a baby growing a branch out of its very fleshy stub where its arm should be.
Also, I'm gonna have questions like how they.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm out. I'm out again. Peter. Thank you. Thank you for that.
I told you he kind of trying to come at us with that creepy energy, and I don't need that in my life.
Semantics are important. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
But speaking of Guardians of the Galaxy, they dropped a trailer for the holiday special today.
And yeah, it looks like they're gonna kidnap Kevin Bacon.
I haven't seen it yet, so thank you for spoiling it.
Looks like they're gonna kidnap Kevin Bacon.
I also have not seen it. I did see the trailer for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Ooh,
That dropped today too, and it was interesting.
It looks stupid.
It's Ant-Man and the Wasp. It was always going to be.
You might want to backtrack that. It looks beautiful.
It looks beautiful. It's supposed to be stupid. It's an Ant-Man movie. That's kind of the whole point. It's supposed to be a little stupid. And you're supposed to go, wait, what? Actually, the problem is it looks a little stupid because it looks like they're going to try and make it real serious at some point in time. And I'm like, nah, that's not really Scott Lang, though.
Well, have you seen the memes? How they're like, Ant-Man, Quantumania ran because Spy Kids 3 walked.
It does have a very Spy Kids 3 vibe. Spy Kids 3D vibe.
It does.
If Sylvester Stallone and his clones show up, I'm going to freak out.
I would buy that movie like 10 times over just for that. It's like I want to make sure we have a record of that.
Speaking of Marvel, we finished She-Hulk, and I have feelings.
Are they good or are they bad?
Well, I was gonna let Peter go first since he's finally watched it.
Oh yeah, I binged the whole thing the other day, and it's sad because this probably would have been one of the only MCU shows that I probably could have just watched on a weekly basis. It's paced a little bit better for that. I liked it well enough. I didn't really have any issues. Sure, the effects were a little meh, but it didn't ruin the story or the acting.
It's also TV show budget, so I give him a little bit of leeway. Of course, the Hulk's not going to look as good as he does in a $250 million movie. I get it.
Yeah.
But
I would say this,
it's not the worst show ever created, like a lot of people prep it up to be.
Honestly,
It's not the worst show ever created. No, it started out a little slow, but it did get better. But that finale, bro, the fuck was that?
Was great.
It
perfect.
was grade A meta humor. It was meta. It was straight meta.
That's She-Hulk. That's what she always does.
That is actually almost it's not quite, because in the comics it's a direct allusion to a scene that happens in the comics that actually they repeat with Deadpool later in the Deadpool kills the Marvel universe. But
I hate that.
She gets out of her own comic book and walks into the writer's room of the comic book instead of walking into the movie studio and doing that. So it's not a direct. I guess it's not a direct shot for shot from the comics, but that scene is specifically in one of her comic book runs. It's the most recent one that this is drawing mostly from.
Yeah.
I hated it. I hated it so much. Like, I was down with everything until
No.
until all that happened, and then I was like, this is stupid.
Honestly, I
Look,
thought that was
they
the
could
best part
have
of the show.
paced the fourth wall breaking stuff a little better. Maybe have it go increasing throughout the series, like throughout the whole season.
Well, they did.
But it's fine. That has always been what She-Hulk is. I much prefer that to her getting into a big dumb fight with. God, what was the bad guy's name? Like Todd or something?
Todd.
Yeah.
That was stupid.
Todd,
I'm so
Ted,
glad they didn't
was
do
it
that.
Todd? Whatever.
No,
I think it was Todd.
I actually really like them calling them on the fact that
Oh.
this giant, huge fight thing at the end, this is fucking stupid, and this is not where the
No,
show
don't
should
get
actually
me
go.
wrong.
Okay.
Like that
Yeah.
would have, like that also would have been stupid if that had been like the main like whatever. But I don't know. I just didn't like it. The ending.
I don't know. I thought
It
was.
annoyed
I
me.
thought that was the best part of the show. I did thoroughly enjoy the Kevin bot. It looked like he was wearing a black baseball cap, just like Kevin Feige, and that was quite funny.
I gotta say this though, the show was not only like really really good for what it was, the hate that it got was just unnecessary.
Completely undeserved.
The hate was definitely undeserved. I could say I liked it or I didn't love it. You could definitely say that, but there was nothing wrong with the show, honestly.
Exactly.
No,
It
It
was-
didn't deserve the amount of vitriol it got.
Oh god, it was too
It
much.
has some issues, but it's still overall a good show, and it's exactly what you were going to get from She-Hulk.
Well, here's my problem with the She-Hulk show that I think a lot of people agree with is that the way that they attacked the audience was not only brilliant, but people can't take a joke. Like that was the whole point. Like the first few episodes was basically attacking people who were going to attack the show just because it's a woman.
Yeah.
I found that funny.
It
And
was.
it worked out in his favor very well.
Hey, guess why they're so mad? Because they got called out on their bullshit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So She-Hulk has been a character of both, fun and sexual references. So I'm just like, well, they're bringing up female body humor and they're bringing up examples of the female dating game. Who doesn't see that? Especially for a giant green woman who's just like, damn, I want to climb that.
Saying you'd go up on her.
Oh, bro, given a chance. I mean, I would let my girlfriend know, like, hey, look, I love you, but it's She-Hulk.
But it's She-Hulk.
Yeah, but how do you feel about Jennifer Walters? You're sexist. I knew it.
I will still, let her climb me. The backwards way is like, hey, look, I climb you, then you climb me. I'm like 6 foot, you're like 5'11", so
Quid pro quo. I like it. All right, that's fair. That's feminism right there.
Exactly,
Quality.
Hey,
My favorite part was Charlie Cox's walk of shame.
that
To be
was
fair,
beautiful.
Daredevil doing the Walk of Shame was pretty funny.
I like in the full costume is just fantastic, and it's like.
No, he was carrying his boots.
That's actually the best detail is because they always do that in media. The girl's always carrying her high heels, which makes sense because they're uncomfortable. Well, he's also wearing giant combat boots that probably smell to high heaven, and he's got super smell. So yeah, I would kind of be like, let's get those behind me, get them in the wind, let my feet breathe a little bit.
I have to say this though, my least favorite episodes is the wedding episode and the episode afterward. Those episodes, I hate them because of like how realistic it is. You find someone, you get interested in them, and then just boom, found out.
Ghost.
That was fucked.
Yeah.
That was fucked, honestly.
that's
But that is,
reality.
it's reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like-
normally in
it's-
reality, he didn't try to steal your blood and expose you on the internet. Normally,
Oh.
the exposing on the internet happens more often than the stealing your blood for some sort of weird medical experiment. I hope. Good God, I hope that's the case. That doesn't happen very often.
I thought that episode was not only very realistic but very humane. It's like, hey, Jennifer, you need to just let go. Don't keep being, so tied up. I was like, wow, they're actually talking about, rejection very honestly and very humanely. I love that.
Right?
But I just didn't like.
Apparently,
ahead.
the Matador guy, I can't remember his name, El Aquile, I think it was, something like that. Apparently, he is confirmed to be a mutant.
Yes.
He has a mutant gene, apparently.
Also, Mr. Immortal is also a mutant.
Well, yeah, Mr. Immortal is actually, in the comics, I guess he's the leader of the Great Lakes Avengers.
For a short one, that team was not very well liked.
Oh, no, that team was awful, and he's also terrible. But he's the only one that's going to be alive at the end of the universe, the Marvel Universe, so it'll be fine.
So fun.
Truly immortal. And also apparently a kind of a dickhead. I kind of liked that in that, though, because he's always been kind of an ineffectual, like, his only superpower is that he doesn't die. So he's
Oh yeah,
not anything normal still kills him. He just gets back up afterwards. So it doesn't
let
really
me go-
how you fighting Thanos. He just punches you once every time. He's like, this is getting annoying. Is this guy gonna keep coming back? All right, I punch him again. He's dead.
it's like,
Okay.
all right, yeah, I died in a car crash in 1960. Changed my name to get out of a bad marriage. Then I died in 1982 because ooh, that one night stand did not go well. It's like, hey, you found the perfect way to get out of a bad relationship just by committing suicide and then changing your name.
The other problem is he needs to change his face more, I guess. And I don't think he was actually changing his name. I think that's the better part is he didn't really seem to be changing his name. They all knew him and were able to find him. And I'm like, you need to.
No, I think he was changing his name.
Well,
Yeah, he changed his name.
If you're immortal, you should be better at hiding things than that. Wait a few hundred years while you're living in order to perfect that kind of thing and make sure that you can do it.
You would think.
Now, I gotta ask you guys a question.
Okay.
So about the show, what cameo did you like the most?
Wongers.
Oh my God, Wongers!
Yes.
Daredevil, obviously. Charlie Cox was the best version of Daredevil we ever gotten. I didn't want to talk about him very much though because it is She-Hulk show. We already knew he's great as Daredevil, so.
I liked that there was a difference in that Daredevil than the one from the Netflix show though that he's known for. It is definitely a different vibe that he was giving off. He's a little bit happier, a little bit smoother. Actually, I think a little bit closer to the comics in his dealings with the fairer sex. He was
Maybe.
he was too scowly, I think, in the Netflix one.
He was like
The
brooding
comics
bitch.
they were adapting in the Netflix show they were all Daredevil at his absolute lowest points.
It's true.
So they were skipping these moments in between where he's actually like a pretty happy person.
He's actually one of the more well-adjusted superheroes out there, in all honesty.
Typically, there's a reason like he and Spider-Man are like best friends. They just get along very well because they're well-adjusted.
Yeah, and like
They're
you
just
look at
decent
Daredevil.
dudes.
Moon
like
Knight
how-
is their weird friend that they're always worried about.
Moon Knight is a character Spider-Man always tells people, if you ever have to team up with Moon Knight, don't.
Season
Everyone's just
2
like, why?
of Moon Knight has been announced.
I'm not surprised.
That makes me moist. Very moist.
I liked my response better.
I like my response.
I was made uncomfortable by DJ's response, but we'll move on. Okay.
So Tom
Okay,
watched
so
The Rings
hopefully-
of Power.
Oh Lord.
I'm so proud of you.
Did you watch all of it, Tom?
I skipped a few episodes.
Did you watch the end of it at least?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, I got it.
I caught up in the end.
Oh, is it already over?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's
I think the total length of it might have been the length of one of the special edition Lord of the Rings films.
yeah, the first season was only 12 episodes or so?
Mhm.
honestly, I overall impressions of it. It's obviously they've poured so much goddamn money into it. It's not even funny. It looks great. The acting has been great. Honestly, I've liked it overall. It's a very Tolkien-esque kind of thing. It is not the fantasy and big budget things that we've been getting lately. It is more along the lines of the meandering ridiculousness that is Tolkien's writing, which is great. But it did translate. They did translate it well onto the screen. They really got the actual vibe in there that Peter Jackson's original movies really had in there too. Even though they can't be in any way based or inspired by those movies in any way because they don't have the rights to those movies, just the original works, and not even the original trilogy. Only the original trilogy. They actually don't. They're trying to do the stuff from the Silmarillion, but they don't actually have the rights to that, so they only can reference stuff that's actually referenced in the Lord of the Rings trilogy about this time period.
Oh God.
It's a very convoluted thing, and they paid $1 billion for the rights, basically. So, what does it make any sense?
I was reading comments about the season finale, and people I saw in like two camps, like, oh my God, this is the best example of Tolkien lore. Oh my God, this is so terrible. Tolkien will be rolling in his grave. And I was just like, I mean, if you read a Lord of the Rings book, this is like extreme high fantasy.
My problem is, I'm assuming it's because again they don't actually have the rights to the Silmarillion, but they changed kind of the origin of the deception of Sauron. Originally, he was neither man nor elf. He was just a being that came to them to help them create the rings. I sort of liked it that he's like, I'm the rightful king of the Southlands. That was a subtle thing, but I'm like, he wasn't supposed to be in mortal form or as a human. He was never really that. The only reason the elves trust him is because he was so pretty, and that's literally like what Tolkien says.
Yeah, it's supposed to be his Sauron affair or whatever.
Yeah.
So, like, how far did you watch before you skipped?
I would say when they got to the island, a little bit into that, and then I caught up when they were making the ring, and then that was it.
Because
You missed a couple of solid ones in there. You probably should watch.
because
Yeah,
I was
I mean-
just because I
watched the synopsis.
I don't know
Caught up that way.
if without seeing it, like, how, like, did you see that twist coming?
Yes and no, because the best way to describe it is like the lore itself always said that he was helping making the ring. So when he started helping with the rings and saying certain stuff, it was kind of like, okay, that's him, you know. And that was just kind of like the path that you take if you know the lore. But if you don't know the lore, you're gonna be like surprised, like, holy shit, it's the actual bad guy. Like, I can't believe it, you know. But you'd actually have to know the lore to be able to know that he was the ear in everybody's ear, or the voice in everybody's ear saying, hey, make the rings this way or do it this way. And when the elves made their rings, they were the first, and that was like his trial before he made the One Ring. So when he made the One Ring, all the elves basically knew what was going on, and they took it off at first. And then they weren't taken over by the One Ring of Power, even though they kept. So they actually still used them during the wars. Gladriel had her own ring, and she basically kept her realm pretty much longer living just because she had that Ring of Power.
Gladriel had one, Elrond keeps one, and then the one that goes to what's his name? Celebrimbor. That one ends up being gifted to Gandalf by Elrond, and that's the one that Gandalf wears in the trilogy.
Yeah, and those are the only rings that don't really get taken over by anybody. And then I think the dwarves, they can fight the mind warping of the ring because they have the the dwarven hardness, but they also have like the dwarven sickness for like gold. And
so they don't fall. They don't necessarily fall under Sauron's influence immediately, but they basically just delve into their deepest debaucheries as much as possible. Yeah. They mine too deep and wake things that should not be woken.
Well, it kind of seems like they already did that.
Yeah, because they got greedy with the mithril.
Yeah, but I mean, watching the ending and seeing him kind of like present himself, and then him trying to like coax Gladriel into joining him was like kind of cool, and seeing the transaction between them two really made the story nice, you know. But the nuances in between, and I mean, they're trying to cram in like 3,000 years of lore, you know, into 12 episodes. So you're trying to jump scenes all the way through just to be able to make this show work. So it's very hard to make that show 100% believable, but at the same time, like, if you know the lore, it kind of followed, and I liked it. Now the wizard, that's a little bit different. I can't tell if he's Saruman or Gandalf.
I think he's Gandalf.
I actually think he's neither. I believe he's one of the unnamed blue wizards.
Yeah. I mean, everybody has different interpretations, but based off of like the 3 or 4 beings that came to collect him or something, and then he told him to be gone, and they were part of like the spiritual realm or whatever, that kind of just reminded me of Saruman, because Saruman had that ability to see that. I guess
they called him Sauron, didn't they?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, at first they
thought
thought he was
him Lord
Sauron, but you're saying you think he's Saruman.
Yeah.
No, they definitely called him Lord Sauron.
Yeah, because that was like one of the red herrings to kind of, I guess, if you weren't familiar with the lore, to kind of throw you off.
See, I thought that I did get a little twisted. I started getting suspicious of I forgot his fucking name. Wow. The king fucker.
The king fucker, huh? Well, how many kings did he fuck?
Who are you? The king fucker?
Nobody's gonna help me.
Yeah, didn't it start with an H?
Sauron?
Yeah, the guy who turns into Sauron.
It's Har something, isn't it?
I got suspicious of him when he's like got into when they decided to sail from Numenor to Middle Earth, and he's like, "Okay, no, I actually am coming." I'm like, now I'm suspicious." Halbrand, that was his name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lord Halbrand. But yeah, then I got really suspicious when he was doing that. But then I'm like, when they came up and they actually said Lord Sauron to the wizard dude, I was sitting there going, okay, so that's gonna be the guy that then is gonna go influence them to do the rings, and they're gonna do that. That's how they're gonna get this. Then like, oh no, then they didn't. They did twist it. So they got me slightly because I was calling. I'm like, oh, this guy's Halbrand is fucking this up. Oh, he's definitely going to be the guy. And then I'm like, oh no, maybe this wizard dude. But I guess he is just a wizard. I don't know who the fuck he is.
I don't know. I just think Gandalf would make sense because Gandalf is like really friendly with the hobbitses, and don't the Harfoots become the hobbitses?
I don't know.
They do,
Theoretically.
yes.
But I will say, or maybe he is also Sauron, and he split himself so he could make himself mortal to trick the elves. I don't know. And now he's going to have to reunite his two halves of his power and his personality.
Did you have a question, DJ? You good?
No, I am staying silent because I have not watched this fucking show, and Tolkien lore makes my head hurt. And I used to play a lot of Lord of the Rings games, and I heard Celebrimbor, and I was like, oh, Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor. And I was like...
Celebrimbor's in Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor? I actually did not know
And
that.
War. As
War.
a spirit.
I didn't realize he was in that. Okay.
It's a beautiful game. You should go play it. It's like Assassin's Creed on crack.
Yeah.
You'd probably enjoy it. It's too hard
Yeah.
for me.
They're really good games. Not canon at all, but great.
Yeah, not canon. Not canon anymore. Well, they try to make canon, but no.
I wish they would have just said fuck it and done a completely different ending.
The Tolkiens are very protective. The Tolkien estate is very protective of the canon.
I don't
Extremely
doubt
protective.
that.
Again, Jeff Bezos paid them $1 billion and has just the rights to the original trilogy, but nothing that was in any of the other movies that have already been made. So they had to walk a very fine line there, and they paid $1 billion for
It
the
seems kind of
rights.
silly.
Look, I'm just hoping they do the same quality they did with the Lord of the Rings TV show with the Fallout TV show. That's it. That's all I want.
If they do that, if they put the money into it, like they're not going to put quite as much money into it, I don't think, because it is the most expensive TV show ever made at this point now. But if they at least try as hard as that, then yeah, I actually have some faith in this Fallout game. And it might actually be good. But I doubt it.
You mean TV show?
TV
You know
show?
what I meant.
No, we
No.
didn't actually, because
This piece-
Fallout is
Yeah.
also...
This piece of media content. I don't know. What do you want?
Look, also, side note, Fallout 4 is getting a next-gen update in 2023, so if anyone's listening, hey,
Just make a new game. I don't give a shit about an update.
Just make a new game.
they're not going to do
Fallout 4 is
it.
Probably the worst one they've released.
Fallout 4
No.
was terrible. If you're gonna
No,
remaster
Fallout
one,
4, it was not.
76 was way worse.
76 never happened. That was
Oh,
bullshit.
okay.
It was a weird fucking dream we all had
Look,
together.
and
I'm
I
so
love
sorry.
76.
What is this,
but I hate
Community
it.
Season 5? Isn't
What?
that the one with the gas leak?
yes, that's the gas leak year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was it? I thought that was season 4 that was the gas leak year.
I don't remember. There was one of them in there.
But you got my reference.
What is this community you speak of?
Oh, shut up.
So we got to go see an advanced screening of Ticket to Paradise, which I believe is already out now, with Julia Roberts and George Clooney. Going into it with the
Clooney?
trailers, it kind of looked like it was like a spirit child, like to what happened to Tess and Danny Ocean after the Ocean's movies. Obviously they're different characters, but I mean it was cute. It was a cute romantic comedy, but I wouldn't go pay to see it.
What's funny is that it's failing at the box office, like it terribly.
Yeah, it
Like
was.
it's terrible.
Oh, it's going to do great on Hallmark Channel reruns.
Oh no,
Or
not
streaming.
Hallmark. Streaming in general. It's like, hey Jessica, you want to watch this family movie? Yeah, let's get the family and watch the movie. And you see Julia Roberts' giant ass horse mouth throughout the entire movie. It's just like, I can't stop staring at her goddamn mouth.
They do make a joke about her horse mouth in the movie.
It's beautiful.
It was a little fucked up, but I kind of laughed.
But yeah, all the best parts of the movies are basically in the trailers, so
Yeah.
there's that.
I couldn't get over the fact that the girl fell in love with the dude within 30 days and said, "I want to marry you," and I'm just like,
It happens.
That's pretty common, especially in movies. Uh,
Yeah, they don't got all day to spend 5 years together. Come on, DJ, get it together here.
hey, look, all I'm saying is that the girl was cute, the guy was cute. I mean, I think it was the sister was cute. Everyone was cute. The kids were cute. The movie was cute, but it's had a terrible story.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it was a romantic comedy. There wasn't actually any story there. There's 3 plot points and a resolution. That's all a romantic comedy is, and that's what it was. And the ending was exactly what you expect. Guess what? Spoiler: Julia Roberts and George Clooney end up back together at the end of the movie, even after being hatefully divorced for like 20 years. Hatefully divorced.
I did not mean to be such a bitch to you for 20 years. Well, I don't believe it.
Hatefully divorced for 20 years. Like, wouldn't be in the same room together. And then, 1 3-day vacation in Bali, I think, right? Bali?
Sure.
Yeah, it was Bali.
There was 1 3-day vacation in Bali where we went through a couple of trials and tribulations and tried to get our daughter's marriage to break up because we didn't think she was right. But we saw that the power of love overcomes all, so we can love each other again. Let's jump off this boat as a symbol of us diving into the deep end of our new life.
That marriage is certainly going to end with one of them murdering the other.
20 years ago, you stole my pudding cup. I don't fucking forgive you.
No, that reminds me. During the movie, they always brought up this one theme was that the house burning down on the lake. And I was like, did she try to kill George Clooney? Then you find out, no, it was my daughter who set something on fire, and then I was just so
nobody
unhappy.
was there. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, they explained it in a very convoluted way of like, how did the house catch on fire?
It just caught on fire.
Faulty wiring.
Right.
Or a means to get out of a terrible marriage.
Allegedly.
The marriage apparently wasn't terrible before the house burnt down. But after the house burnt down, then it was bad.
Uh-huh.
George Clooney carried that movie. I think he was my favorite character, and also seeing him run in his 60s was kind of just like, man, I wish I could be like George Clooney and play with some kids on the Bali beach when I'm 61 years old. It's like
George came out so all wrong.
No, I don't know what he means. Everything he said there was innocent. Everyone, do not read anything into that. But no, I will say I did enjoy the scene where they're playing beer pong with basically moonshine. That Julia Roberts and George Clooney playing drunk was solidly done and quite funny. It was.
I think that was
that was probably the best part of the movie. Yeah, I laughed the hardest at that scene, and it was pretty good. And then they're drunk assholes, and it's great.
Oh yeah. Now I have a question. If you had to rate the movie, how high would you rate it?
4 cats.
How many cats?
4 cats.
Dang.
4 cats.
4 cats.
Oh.
We're in solidarity on that one.
It's 4 out of 8.
You're just gonna leave me hanging? Thank you.
It's on a scale
I was about
of
to
8.
say, I thought it was like 4 out of 5, and I was like, oh, I don't know where.
No, there's 8 cats, so it's a cat scale.
It's admittedly an odd rating system.
Oh, we know. It's kind of the point.
I get it now. You have 8 cats.
Hey.
There we go. There, he's on board.
Everyone is going to be so mad at me for the next thing that I'm about to say.
What?
But I only gave Black Adam 1 more cat than that.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's actually very
5
I
cats.
haven't seen this other dumb movie, so can't really gauge how inappropriate that would be.
It's dumb.
It was.
All right.
I found it to be very meh. Like there were
We're switching to Black Adam now. Okay.
Now we're talking about Black Adam, I suppose.
Yes.
All right, 2-minute rundown of Black Adam. 1, he wakes up. 2, he blows up shit. 3, he finds a kid that he actually falls for. 2, other hero.
Falls for romantically?
Let's not use falls for the term.
You know, I've heard George Clooney playing with balls with children on a beach. And now Black Adam falling for a kid.
Somebody's on a pedophile kick today, and it's messing me up here, DJ.
Black Adam.
There's a kid that endears himself to Black Adam.
There you go. That's the word I want to use. Next thing you know, turns out Black Adam's not the bad guy. Oh my God.
He's
Next
kind
thing
of
you
bad
know.
guy.
He's an
A little
anti-hero.
guy. There just
Black
happens
Adam-
to be an alternate, different bad guy.
Yes. Black Adam learned sarcasm. Oh, a friend of the family of the kid thought he was dead. Oh no, he's actually the main bad guy. They team up and they blow up shit, and then there's a really cool cameo, and then that's it.
I mean, to be fair, we knew that Ishmael was alive the whole time. Like, we get shown that immediately. That's not even a twist. It's just waiting for it to happen.
But Black Adam didn't know that.
Black Adam didn't know who the fuck Ishmael is.
Black Adam didn't know what century he was in.
I don't know who Ishmael is. I didn't see the movie. I'm the only one here.
He's the bad guy. He's the secret bad guy. That's not a secret. We're told that like 20 minutes into the movie, he's the bad guy.
I found Black Adam not only to be like a fun rock movie. It's like every other rock movie. It's fun. It's stupid. It has a terrible story, and I'm not there for the story. I'm there to see the Rock have fun, and that's what it was. Like it was.
Thomas,
fun to watch.
what did you think? You actually got to go and see it.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't terrible. Like again, I would say my rating on that would probably be 6 because it was funny. It was quite entertaining to see a almost Superman blowing people up and the visceral of blood and stuff everywhere. So it was a very violent movie.
What was this
for
movie
him.
rated?
PG-13.
13,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, like,
But,
yeah,
like,
that is the whole point of Black Adam is he's Superman, but an asshole.
But an asshole, yeah.
I mean, they brought it right up to the edge of like.
I guess. Sorry, he's Shazam, but kind of an asshole.
The movie was almost originally when the movie was shot, it was labeled rated R for a couple of scenes, but they had to take out those scenes or edit them to make it PG-13.
Yeah,
Makes
which
sense.
is just like blood, not so visceral options.
You gotta desaturate some of that red.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I
didn't.
wanted.
We didn't actually see him kill anybody.
But we know he definitely
It's
killed a lot of
implied that he killed a lot
Not
of
even a
people.
pun. He's
Allegedly
directly states
killed
that he
people.
definitely killed someone.
Allegedly, we saw him throw a man off a bike, and Dr. Fate's like, "We need the prisoner."
About that.
Yeah, he's gone.
But he died off screen, so you can't actually.
You hear
don't
the
know
thud,
if he's
though.
dead.
So you do know he hit the ground.
Yeah, that's
When you
just
hear
know
the
he's
thud,
around.
wow, that's really implied. Wow, that's.
You see the dust plume go up.
And I mean, actually, when he first woke up, you do see him like legit fry a bunch of people into skeleton dust.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that first kill of the movie.
Got some Indiana Jones shit going on there.
Pretty much, yeah.
Except
like,
much more
weird and
intense.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, light them on fire and melt their asses.
Oh, there's no just lightning going through his body and then him just cooking from the inside and then becoming a skeleton is pretty much what happened.
I feel like there was a scene where Black Adam literally ripped someone in half. I kind of
Yeah.
wanted to see that.
They let that
So,
happen.
I agree a little more with Tom. I think this movie was plenty fun. Maybe not the greatest Black Adam movie ever made, but if you pretend it's a weird sequel to The Scorpion King, it's great.
At least the CGI is better.
CGI is better, yes.
Definitely better.
I mean, the Rock has had a kick with Black Adam for the longest time. What in Super Pets? I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yes.
but-
Yeah, that's why he plays Black Adam and Black Adam's pet.
Yeah, he plays both of them and the dog. So he plays 3 characters in Super Pets, and I think that was made by his production company too.
Yeah,
so,
it was. That's why Kevin Hart was in it.
He really likes the character.
Yeah, so I think he really wanted a Black Adam movie, and I think he really was hoping that the Black Adam movie actually
I will say,
did well.
All right, so
So-
I did not see the Black Adam movie, but I did read a theory about it that I am actually fully on board with.
Okay, go ahead.
So in
Scorpion
the Fast and the Furious movies,
Jesus
the
Christ,
Rock.
I don't even want to
No,
hear
no,
this anymore.
the Rock has
I don't want to hear this anymore.
The Rock has a clause in his contract that says that he is never allowed to lose a fight on screen.
Yeah, that is true.
Reason
I
leads.
think all of like him and Vin Diesel and shit all
Yes,
have stuff
but
like that.
but reason leads me to believe that he may have negotiated the clause in his contract with the DC cinematic universe.
I can believe
If that is the case, The Rock basically threatened to walk away from the production and take all the money in his production company away from Black Adam if they did not have Henry Cavill as Superman make a cameo. Because The Rock, as Black Adam, wants to fight Superman, and if he has that
And
in his
win.
contract, he wants to beat the shit out of Superman. That is why The Rock is even in the DC universe. I don't think he actually gives a shit about Black Adam. I think he read the comic books and he goes, has anybody ever beat Superman? Has any of those guys been somewhat redeemable so I can get away with playing this character? I don't really want to be Doomsday or Apocalypse. Okay.
So
All right. Black
I'm
Adam
a-
it is. Oh, I'm black. I can be Black Adam. And you're like, well, actually, he's more brown. He's from the Middle East. I'm sorry. He's not actually black, man. But
Close
no.
enough.
He should have been.
Always
He's
say it.
Egyptian. He should have been.
Yeah.
Right, I guess. I
Yeah,
don't
he
know.
should have.
I guess.
So,
I guess
I'm-
they would decided Pacific Islander was close enough. I don't know.
Jeez.
Sure, there was an Egyptian guy that could have played that role. But
Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac's not Egyptian.
No.
not big
no.
enough. He's not big enough.
Oscar Isaac's not
And
Egyptian.
he's also not Egyptian,
He's
right?
Hispanic.
He is Middle Eastern.
No, he's
He-
Hispanic.
He's part.
He's Hispanic.
He's part Persian, part
I can't tell what the hell he's mixed with.
Hispanic.
I don't know. Let's not
Okay.
debate. Let's not debate
Well,
his
so-
his racial makeup here.
Cut all that.
But
But
All
yes,
right,
I
that's not
believe
great.
I believe the whole point of The Rock getting as involved as he has in the DC universe, which apparently he has gotten involved enough that he can make serious decisions about the direction of their universe here. That yeah, I think he just wants to beat the shit out of Superman, and I think he specifically
You're
wants
right.
to.
You're
I
right.
think he specifically wants it to be Henry Cavill's Superman, and I don't know why he wants to punch Henry Cavill in the face so bad.
Whoa, you gotta think about it though, like so.
I mean, he
I
has
was-
a very punchable face, but I don't
He
understand why he
does
wants to
not
do it
have a
so
punchable
bad.
face.
He's a very good looking man.
Nah,
No.
not when he's a Superman.
Like, punch him in the face.
We've actually talked about this on this podcast before. He's the opposite of cleans up good.
I want to punch his chest.
Henry
not his
Cavill
face.
grimes up great. You make that you dirty that dude up a little bit. You tatter his clothes and you give him a 5 o'clock shadow. The motherfucker is one of the best looking people on the planet. But you could put a curl in his hair. You get him clean shaven. He looks like a fucking mannequin. He looks dead inside.
Okay, true.
He does not clean
So-
up good. He grimes up great. All right.
The Rock came out on his press tour, basically said, "Yeah, it's been 15 years that we have been trying to get this movie made." And
Again,
so
because I think he wants to punch Superman in the face.
I don't
You're right.
think that was the whole.
But here's the real reason, though, which is gonna shit on a lot of fan theories, is that The Rock has been pushing this movie because he wants more diversity of superheroes in the space. Because every major leading movie we've seen, the character is,
White.
white. And this is the first time we've seen a character of color actually lead a superhero. Okay,
In DC.
in DC, a superhero movie and done successful. Like it's already made almost $200 million over the weekend. So
Oh, it's gonna make so much money in China. It's not
Of
even
course.
funny. They love The Rock in China. They love The Rock in China.
I don't know about. I mean, they didn't love Black Panther though.
Yeah, they didn't love Black Panther, but they love The Rock, specifically The Rock. They're like, he's Pacific Islander. He's almost Chinese. That counts. It's just like
I don't-
he's Pacific Islander. That's almost Egyptian.
He's
that
also
counts.
like
Oh
he's
my God.
Islander. He's half black, half Pacific Islander, and it's just like when you see him, it's like, is he? What is he? You can't tell he's
He's
black.
just enormous. That's what he is. He's
Oh, that-
enormous.
I thought it was really funny when they tried to CGI him down.
Oh my god!
Oh, did he
Ronnie
transform?
Dwayne Johnson is a terrifying sight.
Wait,
Yeah,
so-
it's
wait,
horrible.
did he transform from actual Black Adam form back into?
Yeah, but it's not
Yes.
how it should have been, where he would be like several thousand years old. He's just Dwayne Johnson, but scrawnier. Like they don't age him up or anything like they should
And the
have.
So they
CGI looked so wonky.
So they like Chris Evans in Captain America,
Yeah.
his
Yeah,
normal
but-
face onto a tiny person's body.
The
Pretty
Chris Evans dump down was actually done better. This is just like a giant CGI head on a normal man's body, and then I
Yeah.
first saw it, I blurred it out. It's like, oh god, that's terrible.
He looked like a bobblehead.
So I'm just saying, we know The Rock's never done steroids, right? Never.
That has yet
Can't
to
be
determined.
proved.
I'm just saying that's what he says, right?
I'm sorry. You go back 20 years and you look at him now, it's like, bro, you use steroids. The man's a slab of meat.
I mean, he's always been an enormous human being. I can't say he's not. And he does have the time, money, and opportunity in order to perfectly tone his body into the finest tuned machine it can be. But also, you can't get that big. I'm sorry.
He is enormous, yeah.
That's what they said
Your
when
skull doesn't grow, okay? After a certain point, your skull doesn't get bigger.
that's what they said about
Unless you're
Zachary
taking
Levi.
human growth hormone.
Like when he got big for Shazam, everyone was like, how did that small little man get so big? We don't understand. Small little man becomes big man. You see steroids? Steroids. Where can I find steroids?
Very much. Anyway.
What is happening?
I'm just wondering where the voice came from. Like Mario. Going, how do I get bigger? Do I get the mushroom? Do I not eat mushroom? How do I get big?
I was about to say, still better than Chris Pratt. That was. Let's hire Tom. Can we have Tom redub that movie for us real quick?
I take the mushroom, I get bigger.
Oh no!
Oh no!
We need to get bigger. Yes, Mario, we need to get bigger.
I munch on the mushroom. Yeah.
They take the mushrooms. And they
Rock
take the
superhero movie, really bad Black Adam movie. Uncharted. Fun adventure movie, really bad Uncharted movie.
I have not seen the Uncharted movie, and I don't think I ever will unless my girlfriend wants to watch it. But Tom Holland, no. I couldn't believe it.
Honestly, he's probably the most believable character in any named role. Like, you can buy him as Nathan Drake.
I liked him, or at least as Nathan Drake before the video games. Nathan Drake.
Yeah. It doesn't help that the kid that they have playing him in like the flashback sequence doesn't look that much younger than him. So when it does the time skip, it's like, what has this been, like 2 weeks? What?
Yeah, I was 3 years later. Because Tom Holland still does look like he's 15.
He looks pretty young, yeah.
He could play 15. He could still play a high schooler if the MCU will let him, and they do. So I guess Sony Pictures technically.
I'm Nathan Drake. I just graduated high school. I've been an adventurer for like 20 years, but I look 16.
Nathan Drake did not graduate high school.
That's what it looked like from the trailer. Like, bro, did Nathan Drake just got out of high school like a year ago?
He might have his GED at best.
Yeah.
He might. I feel like he's a good test taker, so he just signed up for it one day, went in and aced the thing, and just got out, and he's good. So yeah, he's technically got a high school diploma, but no, that dude did not walk at graduation.
No, he did not graduate high school. He was a wanted murderer from when he was like 13.
Oh,
that is the case in Uncharted 4. His brother and him, Nathan and Sam Morgan, were wanted for murder when they were young.
I did not realize they were that.
Yeah. Well, they didn't kill anyone. The lady had a heart attack while they were talking to her, and they broke into her house.
You don't have to yell at me. It's okay. I believe you.
I don't. It didn't intend to yell.
I have a question.
I just grabbed it weird.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time.
You have a question, DJ?
I have a very, very big question.
Absolutely not.
I'm not a trained psychiatrist. I can't help you with that.
Whoa. That's not the type of question I want people to hear. I mean, if I want to talk about I can give you a history of Spider-Man. But...
We're good.
All right, so the question I have is, are you guys ready for the biggest movie of the year?
Which is...
Avatar 2.
Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Bro, if that shit didn't come out 10 years ago, it's not going to be good. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But apparently Zoe Saldana held her breath for 5 minutes underwater to get the perfect shot. Who gives a fucking shit?
Held my breath for water.
Anyway, so what are you saying?
He's talking about Wakanda Forever, but we're just going to skip
what movie?
right
I don't think he's talking about that. I don't think that he thinks that's going to be the best movie of the year.
He does, yes.
It might be, actually, is the sad part.
Everyone's going to cry because they're going to rip our hearts out about Chadwick Boseman. And then, yeah, things will happen.
Do you think we're actually going to be surprised by who's under the Black Panther suit? It's going to be Shuri, right?
Probably.
Like, that's the only one that makes sense, right? Just making sure that's not just me.
Honestly, the biggest downside to Wakanda Forever is the effect it's having on comics, where T'Challa is kind of slowly being phased out of the Black Panther series. If they kill him off in the next couple of months, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
I wouldn't say he's being phased out.
He really is, though.
He's being villainized.
But I was just saying, because they're basically wanting people to stop thinking about about T'Challa as Black Panther and start thinking about what they're doing in the MCU and not be distracted by what's going on in the comics.
It's kind of a common thing they do with the comics. It doesn't usually stick, but after a new interpretation of a character or a change gets made, they make it in the comics for a while, and it's just it derails currently set up plots. It's always a bit of an annoying thing. Like, I'm not excited about Wakanda Forever. I am excited. I think it looks good. I'm a little disappointed it's going to be fucking with Black Panther and Avengers comics for a while.
Whoa, they've already fucked with it already.
I'm just excited that Namor is going to be
I
there.
know.
So let me give you a little fun fact. So
Peter's not
So-
impressed.
during the late 2000s, T'Challa actually led the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
And Shuri was Black Panther, so you had both Black Panthers existing in the same universe at the same time. Currently, they now have it where Wakanda has an intergalactic kingdom out there in the deepest part of space for some fucking reason. God knows why. On top of that, T'Challa now is basically an exiled prince. The Avengers hate him. And I can see them bringing in a new version of T'Challa after Secret Wars. So they can reboot the whole Black Panther space. I can just see it.
Well,
Wasn't the whole
Yeah.
T'Challa thing supposed to be like the redemption arc for him?
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
don't. Aren't they like on a anti-hero like fucking kick right now? So why wouldn't they want to use that?
Whoa,
It's like
I mean,
that's like good redemption arc too, wasn't it?
well, so when Marvel didn't have the rights to the Fantastic Four and X-Men, they made the X-Men and Fantastic Four irrelevant in every major storyline for like 10 years. And that's what they're probably going to do with Black Panther. It's like, he's still relevant. Like, he led the Avengers. Like, in the current ongoing Avengers series, he is the de facto leader up until a certain point.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. Like, that's the problem. Because those changes started well after Chadwick Boseman died. And what a way to honor this really great actor by taking his character and just throwing him to obscurity for a while. Nobody
Right.
thinks about T'Challa.
They're throwing him to obscurity and also making him have his own solo series at the same time. So it's kind of like where they're going with this. I don't think they're going to put him to the sidelines because they did that for like 40 years. I mean, who knows? We might see a Black Panther that's white. You know, just like,
Please, God, no.
that seems.
I would laugh hysterically.
it might be Zach. Zach can be a new Black Panther.
It's
shit.
fucking inclusion, man. We gotta have all the woke inclusion we possibly can.
Oh my god. On that note, we're going to move on to the end of the month wrap up. So, comment from our video, He's Off in Missouri, from Jay Gilmore42. It was just announced that the director for the upcoming Blade movie has quit. Production was supposed to start in November. Now the studio's looking for a new director, which will push back the release date to who knows when.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. That
Yeah.
movie's
So-
been plagued with
Trouble.
stuff since the beginning.
Same thing happened with Ant-Man with Edgar Wright. He was supposed to be the first director, but he didn't like how Marvel had a formula. He was like, I'm out, bitch.
I still want to know if anyone is going to mention the big hand hanging out on Earth after the Eternals.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they have not. They literally have not mentioned that in any media since that came out.
Well, we haven't really seen any big reactions from any of these for each other.
Oh yeah, they did. Like the Spider-Man movies made huge reference to both the blip and like Tony Stark's death. Like he literally goes around and sees.
Oh
murals
no!
of Tony Stark
I'm
everywhere.
not talking about that where like we get reactions to the biggest, most recent event. I mean, no one's talked. I thought there'd be a bigger deal out of the timelines breaking apart like they did, like they'd get referenced in any of the multiverse movies, but nothing really comes of that.
Right?
I mean, we kind of get a vague connection with Hawkeye and Spider-Man, where I think Yelena talks about wanting to see the new and improved Statue of Liberty that we see get destroyed in Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think that right now what they're doing is that Phase 4 is kind of like this redemption. I don't want to say redemption; it's a recovery phase. Like you gotta think about it, though. After like the snap, like what are you gonna do? Just keep going on with bigger and bigger stories? No, it's like Thor: Love and Thunder is about Thor coming to terms about who he truly is. You know.
Yeah, but
And
Thor:
you-
Love and Thunder was not a good movie.
It was also.
You're wrong.
It was a fun movie, but not a good movie. Okay.
I've discussed this. Taika Waititi had to do a lot of recovery after they completely fucked up Thor's character arc through the Infinity War movies.
I understand what you're
This movie
saying,
is
but
good.
that doesn't.
You're wrong
it
for
doesn't-
thinking it's not.
It doesn't make it a good movie.
And I will say
No,
also, Taika had to cut 30% off of what he actually wanted to do for the cut for the movie to get it down to a still unreasonable 2 hours.
Exactly. The movie felt rushed, and he didn't have enough time to fully flesh out Thor like he did in Ragnarok. I will say, like, right now, what they're doing in Phase 4 is like Phase 1. They're just
Oh no, we've lost
The
him.
world may never know.
The world may never know.
All right, what are they doing in Phase 4? We missed you.
You completely cut out.
Phase 4 is like Phase 1, where everyone first thinks like, "Oh, this shit is hot."
Well, we just aren't going to hear from him
Remember how
about Phase 4.
We're just not allowed to
It
know.
was like the hottest new shit.
It's fine. All right, from our video, Uncle Alien PhD, hashtag not Tom's account, the unconscious shadow, said comment below and let everyone know your favorite part. Mine is everything Tom, to which my girl, J Gilmore 42 goes, my favorite part is everything Stephanie. She keeps you guys in line.
Wow.
Barely.
So.
I actually disagree with that entirely. I don't think she's kept us in line once.
But I'm the one with the editing power, so I just...
Jay Gilmore's a kiss
Honestly,
ass.
no.
I would say I've also never
think
watched
you
this, so you
necessarily
may edit
keep
us
us
in a
in
bad
line.
way. Yeah.
It's whoever the second person who like agrees, hey, we should move on, that's actually keeping us in line.
This is why I'm a guest.
This is why I'm against. And
I didn't even
then...
see him speak there. He's like back here, and he's like, "This is why I'm a guest."
Magic. And then from YTC again, J Gilmore 42 said, I agree with you guys. The Samurai Jack sequel was really bad. I wish they had done a spin-off, Jack and the Scotsman. I really liked their friendship. The fight scenes were epic. Brendan Fraser is open to another Mummy movie. I would only watch if Rachel Weisz was also on board. The story would have to pick up with their son as an adult and the parents tagging along on another adventure. Do mummies really die? I think Hollywood could bring Emotep back. Sorry,
Please
this is really
don't.
long.
Emotep is an actual person who existed in history, and he was a really chill dude. Can we stop dragging his name through the mud?
Absolutely
but the Mummy Emotep was actually pretty fucking good. Like that was
They
probably
did
the
a
best
good job
mummy.
with Emotep.
Yeah, like, he was probably the best mummy.
They already tried to do that with the Mummy 3.
Yeah.
That like the whole point was they were gonna. Yeah, but you said she definitely wouldn't come back.
I don't think
if they did it now, she probably would, because her big reason for not wanting to come back was her age versus her son's actor's age.
Yeah, that she wasn't. I'm not that much older than the guy playing the
exactly.
kid playing my son.
Do that. Which I think is understandable, but I just don't. I don't think the a Brendan Fraser Mummy sequel would actually do all that well. People would get too excited at the idea of it, and then they wouldn't get what they wanted.
People would be sorely disappointed by it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then would Brendan Fraser is he going to be the old dad, or is he going to be lose some weight and get into it?
Well,
I think it's
part
like
of the reason
Henry Jones Sr. kind of thing going on.
Part of the reason he stopped acting to begin with
to be in a secondary role. Because his body was destroyed by those first two movies.
Yeah, well, that's part of the reason he stopped acting, was because he tried to go all out and do all his own stunts, and it just destroyed him.
What's really sad is it's
quite literally.
It's actually the Looney Tunes movie where he got to hurt the most.
What?
Really?
Yeah, where they're making fun of the fact that he did his own stunts. Because he plays a stuntman that stunted for Brendan Fraser, but got fired because Brendan Fraser refused to let him do the stunts because Brendan Fraser wanted to do all his own stunts. I love it's the best line in the whole movie. It's fucking amazing. He loses his job because Brendan Fraser's an asshole, but he's Brendan Fraser, and it's great.
And then he punches himself out, if memory serves.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but one of the worst, one of the places he got hurt the most apparently was on that show. Is what I read it at least in an article somewhere, and I'm like, that is the worst credit on your list, and you should not have hurt yourself for that movie ever. No one should have sacrificed for that movie, except for maybe the 3 virgins that they did for it to be okay to make money at the box office.
I think his eagerness with those movies and basically the willing to I'm going to do all my own stunts. I'm going to do everything. The character's going to be me, Rick O'Connell. I'm going to be him. Was what made those movies so good. And 100%. If they did another one, he would not be able to do that if they gave him any action sequences.
Yeah.
Well, that's what he was saying. It would be more of a Henry Jones Sr. type of deal.
even Sean Connery had some vague action sequences in that movie.
He punched one guy and blew out some fire.
I know. I'm just concerned if he'd be able to do that even. Like, he was going to play Firefly and Batgirl. That dude wears a full suit. He was going to voice Firefly and Batgirl.
You never know. Maybe he was going to do it.
And we never will because they canceled that movie for no fucking reason.
And apparently they're going to shuttering like $1 billion worth of stuff that they had in production, basically.
Yeah.
They're really... and they just hired 2 new... apparently James Gunn is going to be the new co-CEO of the DC studios.
I'm okay with that.
I can't remember the other guy who it is, but I don't know if that... I think that might mean that this Guardians movie is going to be James Gunn's last time working with Marvel. They probably don't want the guy who's the CEO
I'm also
of Warner
kind of
Brothers.
okay with that.
I'm like, just pick a side, bro, okay?
Do what you gotta do.
I think he does.
Anyway, that's gonna bring us to Extra Bit.
How did we get on the mummy?
Because the last comment,
Talked about the mummy.
she was
'cause we talked
talking about the
last
mummy.
time.
That's right.
Peter,
It just felt
Jesus.
like such a derailment. I'm like, what the fuck? How did we get there?
How did we get to the
Of
mummy?
all the derailments we've ever gone on, that's the one where you needed to stop and go, wait, how did we start talking about this?
I was very worried I brought it up because I recently rewatched all of them.
What station did I get on this train at? Lord. Where did DJ go?
I don't know. I think we lost him.
I think he's dead.
DJ, are you alive?
He was consumed by the void.
He went to get a snack.
Unclear. Anyway,
Wow.
so
Anyway.
apparently Doctor Who is like super cool now. Because Hot Topic has like a shit ton of merch, which only annoys me slightly because, of course, when I was trying to find any gift for this fucker ever, anything Doctor Who related was like so hard to find, and now I'm just like, oh, okay, I'll just go on to Hot Topic and buy all the things.
Just get him one of these things. One of those.
I can't see what that is.
It's a bookshelf like a police box from like the TARDIS.
Oh, nice. I
Oh.
like that.
I'm like, it's so far away. I'm like, I can't.
I was really hoping from here that it was a set of all of the Doctor's screwdrivers. I would have been totally on board with that. I'm like, yeah, you should get that. That is the thing I would like. But they had actually Hot Topic had a lot of merch when the new reboot started. It fell off pretty heavily during the Capaldi era. There wasn't nearly as much of that going on. And then I guess now that the 60th anniversary is coming up and Jodie Whittaker's run as the Doctor has ended, they're pushing it a little harder, it sounds like.
Yeah, so anyway, I'll have a link. You can go shop all your Doctor Who needs, I guess, most of them. I don't know. Anyway, next in your weekly dose of Disney, fantastic
hold on.
news, Disney fans. Fantastic is returning.
Hold on.
What's
Hold on.
returning?
Did we just skip over the fact that no one knows what happened in Doctor Who?
No.
What?
Shh,
No,
that's
none
my
of-
bit. Shut
none
up.
of-
Shh,
Yeah,
that's my
I know.
bit.
We all
Shut
know
up.
about
That's
Yeah.
a bit? Oh, okay. All
That's
right.
my bit.
It's gonna get
What the
discussed,
fuck's going
man.
on
Shut
here?
your fucking
Yeah,
face.
This is some
I s-
bullshit.
I
Because I was about to start
Who?
talking some shit just now too. I'd be like, no wonder Doctor Who's so fucking big. There's a whole fucking
Shut your
reason.
fucking face.
There-
I get.
No,
I,
no,
I,
no,
threw,
yeah, no.
Me and Zach
We'll
would
get there.
definitely be aware of this one.
We'll
So
get
I already threw those bits to him, so he had something to talk about. So I'm just gonna continue on, and we're gonna get
makes
to
me
it.
angry.
It's fine.
Shut up.
Anyway, November 3rd, Phantasmic returns to Disney. They've completely redone the show. There's like a whole new sequence with characters that weren't previously featured. So super excited for that. And then just released on Friday,
Oh, God, I forgot you did this.
my girl Tay Tay, new album, Midnight, now out. She
is
also
there a song
Sucks.
called Witch Bucket?
there's
She
not a
sucks.
song called
Is there-
Witch Bucket.
Then I don't give a fuck.
But
yeah, I don't give a shit. I wouldn't want to listen to it.
No,
No,
we've got
I don't wanna listen to
Lavender.
that whole
She's
thing.
already they've already released 2 music videos, Bejeweled and Antihero. And I'm really liking it so far. I've already listened to the album like 4 times through,
Okay,
and the extended version. So
I have not
really
listened to this at all, but you guys
like
have to
it.
hear. You guys have to hear these song names. This is Lavender Haze, Maroon, Antihero, Snow on the Beach, You're on Your Own Kid, Midnight Rain, Question, Ellipses, Question mark. That's the name of the just question. Vigilante shit. Bejeweled, Labyrinth, Karma, Sweet Nothing, and Mastermind. At least 7 of those are Halo ships. I'm sure of it.
I'm sure.
Wait, what?
Couldn't have done a single witch bucket. I'm so disappointed.
No witch bucket.
I was really hoping.
I know.
Peter, did you come up with a bit?
I've been here.
No, I'm just asking. No problem. Thomas, were you going to talk about this Daryl Brooks thing, or did you have a different bit?
I mean, no. I mean, if we talk about the Daryl Brooks thing, it'll get probably serious. But just real quick, if you ever go to court, don't represent yourself, and
never.
don't think, for the life of you, that you have any control at all in the courtroom. That judge is the final person to ever say anything to you. If they sit there and say you cannot do this, you probably can't do it.
All right.
I don't know what's going on. I'm so lost.
You don't know. Okay, all right.
We're on
No,
extra
we're
bits.
No, don't even start, Tom. Don't.
DJ, did you
Have
have a bit you
have you
wanted
seen
to
it?
share?
Have you seen it, DJ? Have you seen the Daryl Brooks case?
Look it up, DJ.
We've
Look it up.
lost DJ again.
He's
Oh
gone.
man, he's got to look it up. Because I was
Zachary.
watching it, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
He's not. I got nothing here. If we give him a chance. There he is.
All right.
Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
No,
But-
I just want to talk.
No, you don't want to talk, obviously.
No. I was gonna say I wanted to talk about Halloween.
Halloween. Let's talk about Halloween.
Yeah. You know, Halloween's so great. You know, it's a great franchise that's been around for like 40 years.
I'm not even a little surprised this is what he was doing.
Yeah, you know, it's just I found like after seeing Halloween Ends, I would not recommend this movie for anyone unless you're a diehard Halloween fan. For the love of God.
It was only good if you with the nostalgia behind it, kind of thing like that.
Yeah. So, wait, do you guys care if I talk about the
No,
movie?
not at all. Go
Spoil
for
it.
it. I'm
You
never
have
gonna
I've
Alright.
already seen the entire spoilers for it.
So what's funny? So Michael Myers has like maybe 3 kills in the movie. Just 3 kills.
Yeah, he's like in the movie for a total of like 8 minutes or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Most of the kills were all some kid, right?
Yeah. So this kid who accidentally killed the kid he was babysitting the year beforehand becomes like possessed by Michael's evil spirit. Like he gets knocked off this bridge by some kids. He gets dragged into the sewage with Michael's in, and he gets like this stare down, just like, and then he's like, "I want to kill. I want to murder. I hate everyone, Mom." He kills his mom. He kills the kids that's bullying him. He kills his boss. Basically, he's like trying to copy Michael. He meets up with Laurie's granddaughter, such a unnecessary character, and he gets killed by Laurie. But then fake out, he didn't kill him. He killed himself because he wanted to fuck with Laurie to make it where Laurie and her granddaughter don't actually be on the same page in terms of relationship. Then Michael comes in. He get killed. Michael kills no one. He gets killed himself. Honestly, the more I think about it, the more it makes my head hurt. Michael gets killed by Laurie, and then from there, he is put on top of a vehicle and paraded across town by everyone, and then put into a car crusher. And people were asking, "Is this right?" It is tonight.
It's necessary.
All right,
I mean,
Zachary,
it
what's
was
your bit?
called Halloween
Wait.
Ends. I guess he was gonna have to die, right?
Doesn't she like write a book about it? And the final words in the book is like, he'll get no memorial or anything like that. It's like, but you wrote a book about this. Like
Basically, her whole book
you've
was just
immortalized this.
Yeah, she did. The movie was stupid because it was coming to terms with Laurie accepting that Michael was finally done for. But in actuality, she was like, "I always knew. I always knew."
Zachary, what's your bit?
Oh my lord. Okay, apparently moving on. First thing, a fun thing especially with the Doctor Who 60th anniversary coming up in 2023. Those episodes will actually be all the new episodes of Doctor Who from now on will be streaming on Disney Plus in America. So if you have that already, you will be able to watch the new Doctor Who's that are coming out.
But anything
Well,
before that.
And anything before that will still be on HBO Max.
Fuckers.
And you should definitely want to watch the 60th anniversary because, all right, so Jodie Whittaker's time as the Doctor just ended. She just had her big regeneration scene. She broke tradition in the new era of Doctor Who because she did not blow up her TARDIS when she regenerated. She finally got fucking smart and walked out the goddamn doors.
We watched the like spoiler of her regenerating, and he didn't know what I was watching at first, and I was all like, he did it! They finally did it! Managed to get outside the TARDIS to regenerate so it don't blow up again!
It used to not be
Doctor Who episode.
And then regenerated into the 14th Doctor, David Tennant. And I am so fucking excited.
The first thing he goes is he makes a clap back and goes, "Wait, I know these teeth."
I do, yeah, because like the first time when he regenerates into the 10th Doctor, there he goes, "Ooh, new teeth. That's weird." And then he goes, "Oh, I remember these teeth. So they must be some weird fucking teeth." Is all I'm gonna say. David Tennant apparently needs braces. So I'm really excited. The 60th anniversary is going to have him and Catherine Tate in it, and then also the new Doctor, who I can never pronounce his name correctly.
Ncuti Gatwa.
Who's going to be officially the 15th Doctor. David Tennant it's not a degeneration or anything like that. He is a new Doctor with the same face, and it will be interesting to see where they go with that. And I am kind of excited.
I think
I do actually
they had
need
to
to
do
watch
it that way though, because like of how old he's gotten and how like long it's been. Like he wouldn't have it wouldn't have looked as good if it was like a degeneration back to the 10th Doctor. You know what I mean?
But I will say I'm interested because what was I going to say? No, you talk.
Sorry.
No, wow.
You do it to me all the time.
No, never.
You'll
happens.
be alright.
Oh, I do want to see this. Well, unfortunately, I guess we might need to get HBO Max because I don't want to wait for the DVDs to come out. But apparently, her last episode as the Doctor, it's called The Power of the Doctor.
And it's gonna be 90 minutes.
And there's cameos from every living actor who's played a Doctor shows up in it at some point in time, apparently. And it sounds really interesting to see what they're doing with that.
Woohoo!
What you got, DJ?
So
He's raising the roof?
He's just raising the roof. So with that being said, new 8-Bit Cat Show comes out on Friday. Don't forget
just skipping over the fact that Doctor Who fucking is only trying to get back its clout by fucking putting David Tennant in rather than going to the new Doctor, which would probably be 10 times
absolutely, they're
better.
just pandering.
That's fucking ridiculous.
But
I am so
mad.
confused.
I would just rather have the new
Am I
Doctor be
missing
put
something?
in. This is
It's
bullshit.
gonna work.
Cool.
It's gonna work. That's the sad
It's
part.
100%
Bullshit.
pandering. The 10th Doctor's always been my favorite. I don't give a shit.
I'm on board.
No, I watch it. I'll watch it. I will. I'll watch it. But fuck, just wow.
Oh,
Like
no, they have
you've been tanking this whole time. You've just been going for a crash. Just, and then you come out and you go, oh yeah, here's David Tennant as a fucking Doctor again. Everybody watch.
I mean, he's only going to be the Doctor for like 3 episodes anyway.
But still, that's the whole point.
And we will have plenty of time to bitch about this when it comes out.
Wow.
With that being
Yeah, what
said,
she said.
I'm
new
mad about this.
8-Bit
You
Cat
should
Show
be.
out on Friday. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, do all the fun things. You can find us on Patreon, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And until next time, geek out, be fabulous, and have fun. Tom does not get the last word.
Mr. Kitty. Mr. Kitty. All I want, one follow. That's it. Just one, okay? No, hey. It's okay. Just a follow. That's all I'm asking for. You just follow us on Patreon. You can listen to us on Audible. No, hey. Oh, damn it. Oh, hi, Mr. Kitty. So you came back? Oh, thank you for the follow. I definitely appreciate it. Now you're going to get all the specials. That's what you're going to get. Yes, you are. Okay, bye.